Hello, Whitefield. Nice to be here.
Hello, Rabbi.
Thank you very much. Hello. Right. This week's Haftarah is one of three that we've been reading over the last few weeks. It's the climax of the doom and gloom, the difficult to hear words that God directed towards our people. Yeshaya the prophet, Isaiah the prophet tells us from God, why do I need your offerings? I'm full, I've had enough. I've got enough rams, enough sheep. I don't want the blood of your bulls. I'm sick of everything. And then God says, I don't want your Rosh Chodesh. And we're standing now at the eve of Rosh Chodesh. I don't want your festivals. I'm sick of you. Imagine being told by someone that's supposed to love you, I'm sick of you. I don't want your gifts. I want nothing to do with you. Literally the ultimate insult, the ultimate break in a relationship. The Maggid of Dubna, one of these ancient preachers that walked around from place to place, explains, he notices it's your festivals, your Rosh Chodesh, when they become yours. So, but my big metaphor is this: when you go into when you know there's roast potatoes left over on a Friday night, you're sitting there. It's a bit of a challenge. Who's going to get the leftover roast potatoes? You know you want them, and if you've got kids, you're like, oh, the joy that my kids are going to eat this food will outweigh my personal. But even if I didn't have that dilemma, it was just me on my own with the roast potatoes. Why am I eating it? If it's my Shabbat, my Rosh Chodesh, I'm doing it to stuff my mouth and put in my belly. If I do it for God, it's not mine, it's ours, it's yours, I'm doing it in honor of Shabbat. And therefore the eating now becomes a spiritual thing. Says the Dubna Maggid, the Jewish people at the time made it all about them. Their festive days, everything was self-serving. So their sacrifices were brought. They looked very religious, very frum. They're coming to the temple. They're bringing it, but it was all about them. They were sleazy and they were dodgy and they were corrupt in the moral and ethical life. And they thought by bringing a sacrifice, they can get rid of their guilt. They do the external, but it's all internally absolutely lacking any value. And that is what God says, I don't want about you. And then there's another image used later on where Yerushalayim is going to be burnt and has been left, to quote, as a hut in a vineyard or a sleeping hut in a cucumber field. Why are we calling Jerusalem a hut? A meluna, a sleeping hut, was a small makeshift hut made in the field where you would go to rest. If the temple is like the hut, then it's not about the holiness of the temple, it's about the hut. I'm only going to go there because I want something from it. If you only connect with shul or with the community in a time of difficulty, then it's what the shul can give me. I need a minyan, I need something. And God says, don't treat the community like a hut. A hut is where you are going for your needs. That's fine. If you're in the field, that's absolutely normal. But if you're going to treat the community, the holy places, like a hut and only turn up for those reasons, then I don't want it. If the people use religion only for their own needs, if their devotion to God is really a manifestation of their own devotion to themselves, I want a festive day to be able to make an excuse to buy more expensive wine, to have nicer food to eat, but it has nothing to do with the bigger celebration of holiness, a day to learn Torah, to daven a bit slower, to feel, to come together, to experience the spirituality, the community, then that God doesn't want any of that. So it's not a rejection, as non-Orthodox movements want to say, that God was rejecting ritual Judaism in favor of moral Judaism. It was the way the rituals were being performed. And the way to get that back is to demonstrate that our holy times are used appropriately. How we devote ourselves to shul is because, as you guys are manifesting and as you're manifesting, because it's a part of your life and your soul, part of a bigger picture. And Bezrat Hashem, when we can demonstrate that, we will merit to have the temple back. Shabbat Shalom.